Hey, it's Rabbi Greg here with 5 fun and interesting facts about Hanukkah. Now, you know the holiday of Hanukkah is about the revolt of the Maccabees against the Greek oppressors. And so, fun fact number one is the word Maccabee. It means hammer, and it probably referred to Judah Maccabee's prowess in battle, because this was a big military thing. This was like a ragtag bunch of Jewish rebels beating a world power. The Seleucid Greeks, they were incredibly powerful. Okay, so this name Maccabee, again, it refers to the hammer, probably as his war hammer and what he used to fight. Okay, fun fact number two. The Book of Maccabees is not in the Jewish Bible. Yeah, that's right. I was so stunned when I first learned this because it is one of the most popular Jewish holidays. It has an incredible cultural reach, even for people who never go to shul. We light our menorahs, we give each other Hanukkah gifts. So this whole story, it's not in the Bible. It's in some of the Christian Bibles, like the Catholic Bible and the Orthodox Bible, but it's not part of the canon of the Protestant Bible, although it is in, sometimes it's in a bunch of books called Apocrypha. And that's what we call them in Judaism too. There are a number of books that were from the time of the Second Temple that just were not included in the Jewish canon. And why that was is a story for another day. Speaking of stories, we get to fun fact number three. If you look at the Book of Maccabees, which was written probably within decades of the events that it talks about, there is no mention of the miracle of the oil. It talks about the temple being despoiled and they needed to kind of rebuild the altar and get rid of all the despoiled and the unclean stones and rebuilding it so it would be nice and pure and holy. But there's no mention of the oil miracle. That doesn't show up until the Talmud, which was hundreds, probably 600, 700 years later that this was written. So that's where the story of the miracle of the oil comes from. It's not part of the original Hanukkah story. Now, what is in the original story is the 8-day celebration and rededication ceremony. So what I suspect was going on was that this was a big cultural holiday. It was celebrated every year, and the rabbis decided to change the focus from this military victory to God, to this miracle that took place. Speaking of miracles, there's two modern interpretations of the miracle of Hanukkah, which I really like. So number four is the idea that the real miracle was not that the oil lasted for 8 days. You remember in the story that we've all been told they only had enough oil for one day, but it lasted 8 days. Okay, that's cool. That's a miracle. But maybe the real miracle was that they lit it anyway. It's this idea of hope, which is so central to Judaism. Even when things look really dark, even when we don't see a way through, we don't give up. We keep going. And they had enough hope to just light the oil. And when we do our part, when we get started, it opens up the possibility that help can come from another quarter. In this case, we're talked about this divine miracle that the oil lasted. Okay, and that brings us to fun fact number 5. And I just love this other interpretation that comes from Cantor Kareth Spencer Shapiro, where she said, what if there was enough oil? What if people were so traumatized and stressed that they were just in a place of scarcity and they were just afraid that there wasn't going to be enough oil? And similarly, they had enough hope to get started and they lit the oil and then there was enough. And this idea of like a scarcity mindset or an abundant mindset, that's really powerful to me. And looking at what we have from a place of abundance, a place of bringing light, a place of bringing hope, is what I think Hanukkah is really all about. Okay, please take a look in the comments below. I'm going to have a link to the source sheet where I have all the sources from the Book of Maccabees and from Kerith Cantor Shapiro's, along with a poem that I wrote for Hanukkah. So please feel free to follow me on Sefaria. If you like this video, please give it a like or a share. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.